Welcome, friends and fiends. Today we have a very topical show for you. I do. One moment. Today we will plunge into the death of El Mencho, a Mexican cartel comedy for you. Media addicts love dramatic tragedy. They don't want the slow, painful tragedy of their lives. They want the dramatic tragedies given to them by the media machine. I have bad news for them. Dramatic and tragic media events are often criminal comedies. It might be time to laugh. Let's compare the latest criminal comedy involving supervillain El Mencho to the famous Spanish comedy Don Quixote by Cervantes. In that comedy, the protagonist is Don Quixote de la Mancha. Keep an eye on these names and remember that Don Quixote de la Mancha famously fought an imaginary enemy who was, in fact, an inanimate windmill. Now, for a change of scenery. On February 2nd, 2026, the Mexican good boys shot and killed the drug lord nicknamed El Mencho. That means nothing yet. However, El Mencho's proper and full name is Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes. Look familiar? Curious coincidence? I don't believe it's coincidence. Let's examine El Mencho's first name, Nemesio. It closely resembles the word nemesis, which is spelled the same in Spanish. Nemesis means a source of harm or ruin, retributive justice in its execution or outcome, an opponent that cannot be beaten or overcome, one that inflicts retribution or vengeance. Coincidentally, El Mencho was a legendary nemesis, especially and reputedly for other drug cartels and for members of drug cartels in which he worked. Are you suspicious yet? Let's examine El Mencho's middle name, Oseguera. Please reflect on the first three letters. Ose means to dare in Spanish. And the fragment guerra is one R short of the Spanish word for war, guerra. I'm probably mangling it. My apologies to all Spanish-speaking peoples. So his middle name means to dare war. And he dared, he dared. According to the media, he dared to lead quite a cartel drug war. Finally, El Mencho's surname, Cervantes, is believed to derive from the Latin servir, to serve. Is that ironic? I believe irony describes the fact that the first name of the kingpin and commander of Mexico's fearsome drug cartel means to serve. Correction, his surname. Well. Who does he serve? Perhaps he serves the world criminal cabal, not the mere Mexican clown boys. If you want more irony, you're in luck. I found some for you somehow. The nickname El Mencho reminds me of Mensch, a Yiddish word derived from the German Mensch, human being. Luckily, the letter S is not pronounced in German. Very ironically, Mensch is commonly used in Yiddish and English to describe a person of high integrity, honor, and morality. Ha 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 ha. Essentially, A mensch is a good, responsible person. Ha 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 ha. We just added the letter O because in Spanish, that's how we distinguish men from women. That's enough appreciating of the language-based dimension of the death of El Mencho. Now let's examine the narrative-based jokes in this excellent comedy. We are told that El Mencho, that good man, began his adult working life growing avocados, after which he dropped out of primary school. Right. A poor boy with no money somehow climbs the long ladder to the top of the millennial drug cartel. Isn't that a popular fairy tale? The same one that promotes capitalism, a little hard work and talent will take you to the top. Sure, anyone can succeed, and avocado farmers can become presidents, CEOs, and drug cartel kingpins. Better yet, after rising to the top of the millennial cartel, El Mencho decided to found an entirely new drug cartel, the Jalisco New Generation Cartel. Is that a fear-inspiring name or a ridiculous name for a drug cartel? Jalisco New Generation. Is it Jalisco? Jalisco, maybe. Let's go back to the millennial cartel. El Mencho worked there during the turn of the millennium. The generation born during the first decade of the third millennium, AD-CE, is known as the millennials. What do we call the next generation? Do we call them the new generation? Why do the names of drug cartels allude to the words we use to describe recent generations and currently very young people? Is all this mere child's play? Oops, we're back in the land of language. My apologies. There's a handsome boy, baby-faced. Sorry, but the Sinaloa cartel also has a funny name. Popular explanations are ridiculous. The most popular one claims that Sinaloa combines two words from the Cajeta language, Sina, pitaya plant, and Lobola, rounded. Sinalobola was shortened to Sinaloa. Really? Are you convinced that a fearsome drug cartel would name itself a rounded plant? Of course, that popular explanation is a joke. Here's the real one. Sinaloa is a polyglot compound construction formed from the Spanish word sin without, meaning without, and the Hawaiian word aloha, which is pronounced quite similarly to aloha. The joke is that the Hawaiian word aloha is used, or aloha, is used for friendly greetings and means love and fellowship. Isn't that funny? Sinaloa means without love. Oh, that's perfect and perfectly appropriate for a criminal cartel. I'm sorry. Again, I couldn't stop myself from using words to talk about more words. Now I offer you the great consolation of the history of the Mexican drug war. It allegedly began in the year 1971 and was headed by the world's most powerful country, the United States of America. The Mexican government cooperated in this war against illegal drug growers and suppliers in third world countries. Just to be clear, the USA and the Mexican government already had 54 years to absolutely annihilate the drug cartels, but they just can't manage it. They outman, outgun, and outfinance the pesky drug cartels, but they just can't win. They have satellites, smart bombs, nuclear bombs, snipers, cell phone tracking tech, internet spies, and hackers, but they just can't kill the beast. Oh, they can cut off its head, But as the old myth warns, beasts grow new heads. Or, if you're into the Bible, beasts grow new horns. Why is the task very, very difficult? Well, if those pesky drug cartels are headed by fearsome ex-farmers of avocados and cunning primary school dropouts like El Mencho, that explains everything. Oh, and did you know that El Mencho's wife was nicknamed the Boss? It's true. It's hilarious. Imagine one of Mexico's most ruthless criminals is nicknamed the Boss. Correction. Imagine one of Mexico's most ruthless criminals has a wife nicknamed the Boss, while his surname means to serve, and his nickname means good man. But people actually miss the joke and believe thousands of ruthless murderers, nacho crushing machos would call a woman the boss. How did the Jalisco New Generation Cartel retaliate after its head, El Mencho, was assassinated in a poor quality video? It set some cars and a bus on fire. Yes, we are dealing with a highly sophisticated, technologically advanced drug cartel. Please be afraid. Of course, everyone knows that assassinating cartel kingpins accomplishes nothing good for anyone. 54 years of failure should demonstrate that. But this Mexican comedy is too good to stop. And it won't stop. Not until we realize that we are fighting imaginary enemies, a windmill, and that the real enemy might be the wind-blowing windmill of the media. Or maybe the stupid crime comedy genre will die if we finally praise the talented script writers. Well, if you enjoyed that, please, you might be interested in my book list. There's the Holy Spells, the Criminal Bible, the Roman Hoax, Lucifer's Library, the Encyclopedia Commedia, and the one work of fiction I have, the Holy Comedy, needs a little more work, but will be irresistible when it's done. Some ordering information. Thank you all, and be good.